Hello people, it's your boy Osman back again with another video. Still in bed, mate. It's Ramadan. Just allow me. Yeah, I didn't get changed after Juma, so again, I'm not trying to be some next shake or nothing. Yeah, so allow me again. Anyways, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. As always, man is on 149 subscribers. Just need one more to hit that 150 target. Inshallah, I can do that this week. That's one person, isn't it? Just get your grandma, just get your brother, anyone you like, man. Your teacher, I couldn't care less. Anyways, I'm not gonna lie, it's quite difficult to talk about Man United at the moment. Well, for obvious reasons on the pitch, but off the pitch, it's difficult because we're literally linked to every Tom, Dick, and Harry there is on the planet. Anyone who's English, we're linked to them. Anyone who actually plays football, we're linked to them. So as you can imagine, it's not easy to make videos based on players, but we're going to stick with the obvious one. So, Wan Bissaka, as you can see in the title, are we close to signing Wan Bissaka? And are we close to signing Daniel James, if that is his first name? But you know, man, about the tricky winger from Swansea, Welsh like. That was terrible. Anyways, allow me. Yeah, so first and foremost, Wan Bissaka, for me personally, her right back position is an absolute necessity. I'm not going to lie, I'm borderline at the stage that I couldn't care less who we sign, as long as Ashley Young is not playing there. I know it's a bit ridiculous because we do need quality, but it's come to that point now. If Ashley Young's not starting next season, anyone is a bonus. So it's actually got to that point. But of course, we all know about Wan Bissaka, the Crystal Palace right back, who's been one of the best players this season for the youngsters. Anyways, he's been a shining light. He's kind of burst onto the scene this season in particular. So for me personally, of course, I would love to see him at Man United, but there's kind of that sort of grey area. Is it a one season wonder? Has it been one of those seasons that he's just been fantastic and then next season kind of sort of capitulates under the pressure of Manchester United? So I do apologise, I've just woken up from my nap. But yeah, so it is, you do kind of have that grey area with Wan Bissaka signing someone of that age as well. Do you actually know exactly the quality that they possess? Like I said, we've seen in so many occasions that Man United have signed a player that has got potential, but they haven't lived up to it. But in saying that, he has been very good from the games I've seen. I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen a lot of Wan Bissaka. On the other hand, there are other right backs out there, such as Cancelo from Juventus. Fantastic player, honest to God. He's a great player. I know I've mentioned Manir in the past as well, so again, another option there. But at the moment, we're not really linked to any of them. We've just been linked with Wan Bissaka. So for me personally, I would love to have Wan Bissaka at the club. For the reason I have stated, he's been fantastic this season, so I don't see why you guys would have wanted him either. Moving on to Daniel James. I'm not sure if that's his first name, so I apologise if I've got that wrong. Yeah, but the winger from Swansea, I'm not going to sit here and say I've watched loads of him. I have actually watched him play for 90 minutes because I did watch their game against Manchester City in the FA Cup. I watched the whole game actually because they got absolutely flipping robbed. They played fantastic football that day, but I don't remember him. I'm not going to lie. I don't actually remember if he played or not. I'm assuming he did play, and I didn't really remember a lot of him. Unless he was a left winger. I remember the left winger. I'm assuming that was him. But nevertheless, from what I've seen, clips and all that, he looks a massive talent. And I said this already, 15 million, absolute bargain. It's not really a risk, is it? At the end of the day, if he comes good, he comes really good. It does look like both of those deals for Man United are getting very close. It just depends on us agreeing the initial fee. For Wan Bissaka, I believe it was from 40 to 50 million, which in this day and age is a good price for someone of that standard, should we say, and also that age range. So it's not a bad price for him. Like I said, it's a massive improvement on Ashley Young, so I'm not going to say no to that. And for Daniel James, 15 million, absolute bargain. Anyways, moving on from them two players, Sky have basically linked us to everyone, like I've already said. Longstaff, don't know who he is, centre mid for Newcastle, 21-year-old. Man United fans are going an absolute meltdown. I've got to be honest, I couldn't care less if we signed him, in the sense that it's not really a negative. From the price quoted, it's not going to be a lot. I don't think Newcastle will accept that offer. I think it was 20 million or something along those lines. You could argue 20 million is quite a lot of money. I can see where people would come from, but he's 21 years old. He's not particularly old. He's not particularly young. He's kind of in that middle bracket where you kind of almost get to the point that you think, okay, at this stage, he's not only potential, but he should start delivering. But for me personally, 21 is still young. Of course, I know he's the same age as Rashford, but He's only played 7 games for Newcastle, so it's an interesting one. Again, I've not seen a lot of him, or I might have seen him in games and not even noticed him because he's not really particularly stood out in any way. But a lot of meltdown, like I said, regarding this one. For me personally, it's not a big deal. Again, if we get him, we get him. I don't think it's going to count to the 5 players that we're planning on signing this season, so it'll probably go back on loan. If not, he'll just be in the under 23s basically. So it really won't be that much of an issue for me. I don't understand what all the meltdown is. It's just because his name isn't Longstaff Dino or something. That's why people are crying. Anyways, moving on to the last player that I want to talk about. A lot of these players that I mentioned are young. Obviously, Cancelo's not young. He's a more of a proven right back. For me personally, he would be the one I would go for just because of the experience. Nevertheless, last person that we have linked, and I think this one's just come out now, is Sessegnon. Of course, we know who Sessegnon is. Ryan Sessegnon, that is not Ryan Sessegnon. I think it's Ryan Sessegnon, though. Obviously, the left back for Fulham. A lot of people have massively criticised Luke Shaw this season, which is fair enough. I'm not one of those people that isn't open to signing another left back. However, I do think it's not a necessity, so to speak. I think we've got other issues on the pitch. That's just my personal opinion. If you do follow me on social media, and if you have followed me on YouTube for a while, you know I actually massively rate Luke Shaw. However, I'm not blindsided. He does need to improve massively. So by all means, he does need competition. If we do get Sessegnon, I would be massively happy with it because he's an attacking left back and he does actually have the ability to go forward and contribute assists and goals more so than Luke Shaw does. And again, it breeds that healthy competition for a position that, again, we need to improve. At the end of the day, we need to improve every single position. So no position is safe on the pitch for me personally. So that's my personal opinion on Sessegnon. Would it be a good deal for Man United? I think it would. Is he the finished article? He's far from it, but he definitely does have a lot of potential. So I'm open to it. I'm bloody open to it. What do you guys think about any of the players I've mentioned? Feel free to leave your comments. I've seen quite a lot of people dislike my last video, which is completely fine. However, if you don't agree with my opinion, just let a brother know. Man's not going to complain. Man's not going to get upset. We can debate in the comments. I'm not expecting everyone to agree with what I've said. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Anyways, I will make another video tomorrow, inshallah. Like I said, there's so many rumors going on at the moment, so it's difficult to pick and choose which rumors to discuss because what is the sort of, what's the word? What are the likelihood of them actually happening? I'm not just going to talk about every single rumor that's going on because some of them are just ridiculous at the moment. Like Man United going to sign Dybala or whatever it is. I don't know already spoken about that, but you know, just as an example. Or Man United are going to sign Griezmann, for example. Is that even going to happen? We'll see. Anyways, leave your comments regarding what I've spoken about. If there's anyone that you would swap out for Wan Bissaka, or James, or Longstaff, or Sessegnon, for example. And also, if you don't agree with me, let me know. And if there's anyone you want me to talk about, let me bloody know. Apart from that, if you're new here, subscribe, drop a like. Peace!